Stephen and I decided that we'd sit down and share with you some of the differences we have between American English and British English, because we get into this conversation all the time.
And I mean all the time.
Yeah. What's an example, for example?
I mean, the good example is, for example, you say tomatoes and I say tomatoes. Or you say
say either and I
say
say either. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so pronunciation is the one thing, especially like the alphabet. When we're doing the alphabet song, you always want to end up with Z, and that's never done in my...
What do you say?
Z.
And I think that's crazy because you say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Z.
Just leave it, okay?
We also get into it when we're talking about on the lake or in the lake.
Or by the lake.
Because I live in Minnesota, or I come from Minnesota in the United States. And there, if you have a house on the lake, you have a house very close to the shore. If you're by the lake, that means you're in the area. And if you're near the lake, you're a little bit farther than that.
And I would think if you told me we've got our little house on the lake, I would think I would have to have a rowing boat to come out to it.
So there you go. That's a little bit different in language. We also have differences in grammar, because I would say I have a brother.
I've got a brother. Well, I don't have a brother. I've got a sister.
And so in British English, have got, and in American English, we would just say the have part.
And you don't like when I say I've got.
No, I don't. What other things don't you like?
You don't
Or that we have different.
Okay, we were talking about this the other day, about you saying you're going to go to the grocery store. And in my head, I have a quaint little shop where there's a man wearing his apron and standing behind the counters giving you things.
Like a greengrocer
kind
of thing.
Yes, but you of course meant going to the big supermarket.
Yes, that's right. And then we were also talking about, because in an episode you had recently on Juicy Grammar, you were talking about spaghetti.
Right.
And you went to the store to buy...
I had to get spaghetti, and I had to get some cheese, and I also had to get some mince.
Mince. And I said, well, mince are the things that are peppermint that you eat. And you said, and what's the difference between mince and mince? Pronounce the two.
Okay, the things that are pepperminty are called mince.
Yeah, with a T.
With a T. And the cut up meat that you have in your spaghetti bolognese is called mince.
Now see, for a non-trained ear, that would be hard. That's like me in Norwegian with the difference between wool, ull, and beer, and I get those, yeah. So I guess our ears are trained, and the research says that the sounds that we hear as a child help us form sounds as an adult.
And that's very true, because that's one reason why it's sometimes difficult for adults to master the sounds of another language, because you've not been exposed to them as a child or as a baby.
And
but there are some people who can.
That's right, and music, exposing children to music at a young age is good. There was just a pronunciation feature right now that was different. What do you call grown-ups?
Adults.
And I would call them adults.
Oh.
So we put the accent on the wrong syllable.
Okay, right, with the wrong syllable, yes.
Yeah. So,
and I know all of this term, you've been doing rhymes and games and things, and also we were doing poems.
Poems?
Poems.
Is that what you say?
Yes.
Poems?
A poem.
A poem?
A poem, yeah.
And I would say a poem. Yeah, that's very funny. So pronunciation does make a difference.
It does make a difference.
Anything else you can think of? As we're chit-chatting around? I use a lot of colloquialisms, American slang, which, like, FYI, do you know that one?
Nope.
Means for your information. And so if you're talking and you want to just add a little information, you say FYI. And I've had students say, what?
No, maybe I'm too old for that.
You're not too old. It's just cultural. And that is what language is all about. It's about celebrating our differences and not trying to all be the same.
Exactly.
We're not cookie-cutter language users.
No. And as I said, we come from different parts of the world with different experiences and different backgrounds.
And different points of reference.
Yes.
So let's celebrate all of our languages and all of our Englishes.
All of our Englishes. Definitely.
Amen.
Okay then.
We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.